The following podcast you're about to listen to is brought to you by the Push Start Media Network, where everything you do in life begins with pushing start. Another edition of the Sport Your Enthusiasm podcast. You know me, I am your humble host, Bryce Benjamin, along with a guy who needs no introduction. I gotta give him one anyways. Co-host of the year, Mr. Ed Rueter in the building, not really via satellite. What's good, my dude?
Not much. 2 weeks running, co-host of the year, second consecutive week. I'd like that noted.
You know you is an excellent co-host when you get co-host of the year twice in the same year. Like that's right. Unheard of. That's unparalleled, man.
Thus far, the 2 weeks that you've given me this award in a row, I have dominated the month of September, holding it down for a Sports Your Enthusiasm, and very happy to be here.
But Rueter.
Yes, sir.
There's more.
Whoa. What do you mean?
We have a special guest.
Oh, that's true. We do.
Joining us via satellite. Mr. Tim, I was practicing his name earlier, Proehl in the building via satellite. Did I say that right? I said the last name right, Tim?
You got it. Thank you for the kind introduction.
Pleasure to have you on the show, my dude, man. We really do appreciate you joining. And Rueter, he talked very highly of you. I was excited to meet you. I'm excited to do this episode with you, and I think it's going to be a hell of a good time. So we're going to rock and roll with it, baby.
That's You said that I was someone who needed no introduction, which I think at this point is true. Tim, unfortunately, did need an introduction because he is woefully underrepresented in the households of Western New York right now. So we're trying to help that out a little bit because this guy, man, we should be hearing his voice 2-3 times. What, daily, Tim, would you say? The people need you?
I mean, at least.
At a minimum, 2 to 3 times a day. He's coming from my co-host of the year award that I've been holding down the last couple of weeks. So we'll see what we can do.
I like that. And matter of fact, you know what, Tim, man, we're going to give you a minute. We're going to put the spotlight on you. Let the people listening at home. We're going to talk your fanhood. So your favorite teams, favorite sports, players, moments, anything that you could think of, rattle off the top of your head, man. The floor is yours. Speak away, my friend.
Absolutely. Buffalo born and bred, so I'm rocking Bills and Sabres all day. I got that ringtone on all day. Indians for as far as baseball goes, and I'm a Pacers fan when it comes to basketball. So it's been tough sledding for 33 years. 0 championships. That's pretty much where I live in the solitude of the man cave of loser teams, but I still every Sunday at 1:00. Every, Tuesday and Thursday at 7 for the Sabres, and then any Indians game I can catch if they're not blacked out, even though we don't even live in the same state. I love any sport I could possibly get my hands on. I love playing volleyball. Not much of that on TV, but mostly Bills and Sabres and Indians as far as that goes. Though that's the blood that runs right here.
All right, man. I respect it, man. Your enthusiasm is definitely felt. I like it.
I can say second only to beach volleyball. When I've watched the ladies beach volleyball on TV, sometimes they have that in the Olympics. Tim should be known not only a great volleyball player, but also same outfits as when those girls are on there. So it's a treat. It's a special treat every time I get to watch Tim play volleyball. So I just want that known so people can get the visual.
Yeah, this is all radio, luckily, for everybody. So
he's actually in that outfit right now, folks. He came. I told him to dress sporty, so he wore his volleyball bra and his were those Spanx, Tim? They're very
Spankies.
Handsome.
Very Spankish.
And he has the beard to just tie it all together, man.
He looks like Fitzpatrick in a sports bra right now. I
did not go to Harvard.
No, he's not a Harvard grad.
Gentlemen, week 3 is upon us. Football season is in full swing, man. We had some excellent games week 1 and 2. We had some excellent blowouts. Shout out to my Baltimore Ravens. And yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this slate of week 3 games as we kind of go along with it. I hit my parlay last week, Rueter. Feeling good about that, man. I got another one for the people listening at home that they definitely should go bet on, and they'll hear it as we progress through this episode. How about yourself, sir? Did you bet any money?
I did not this week. I try to stay away from gambling the best I can because after my first 2 weeks of our very special Beat the Odds podcast, I've realized that I've got some work to do. Back to the old drawing board for me. My lock of the week, I'm only 1 for 1 there. So I'm nervous. I lost on my Dolphins. Last week I was a winner. I'm sure we'll have a lock of the week this week. It's going to be better. Week 1's tough, right? I mean, week 1, you don't know preseason, no OTAs, nothing to go by. But I think both of us and Tim are going to be locked in this week. So
how about you, Tim? Yeah, how about you, man? Are you a bettor, and have the betting scene been treating you right?
It's been hit and miss. That's why they have them, right?
That's a fact.
I parlayed 6 and got 5, so that's chalk it as an L, But I bet Bills hard at 5.5, and that bit me a lot.
Yeah, that bit a lot of people, man. Fitzmagic coming down the field, ripping Bills fans' hearts. Still
wanted a field goal bad there.
Yeah, that's tough. But hey, listen, we're gonna make up for it this week, man. All right, we got some good games on the slate. Starting off. First game we got here, the Las Vegas Raiders coming off of a Monday night beatdown. Not really a beatdown, but they did take it to the Saints pretty good. And they'll be traveling to New England to take on the Cam Newton-led New England Patriots. Rueter, what's your thoughts on this game? Who are you picking? And why? Matter of fact, no, what, Rueter? We're going to let Tim go first, man. He's the guest of honor. I'm going to let Tim take the lead here, sir. Tim, who are you picking? Why are you picking them? Floor is yours, sir.
Sure. So I have New England winning the game, but I think Vegas with the points is the call here. I like the way they looked, and New England still hasn't really done much for me. I know Cam has had flashes of the old Cam, if you want to call him that, but Vegas, I think Josh Jacobs is a stud. And I honestly think if Vegas can control the clock, that's kind of Gruden's mantra. And it has been, even though maybe, 10, 20 years old. I think Vegas can take it to them. I got a 27-23.
Okay. And then my apologies. I didn't give the lines here. So as of right now, the New England is -6 and the over under is 47. Mm-hmm. All right. And then Rueter, what are you thinking, man?
I'm going to concur with Tim there. I actually had Las Vegas last week against the Saints with points. Here, getting points again, what I saw out of the passing attack in particular with the Raiders, I thought was just a whole hell of a lot better than I thought it would be. Waller, I think, is the real deal. At tight end, he might be a top 3 tight end in this league. As Tim mentioned, Josh Jacobs is absolutely for real. I thought he was for real last year. And he continues to be. So I actually like the under in this one. It sounded like Tim liked the over by just a little bit. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go a little lower there. I'm going to call it. I honestly, I think the Raiders win this one. I think that the Patriots have been lucky to scrape by with a couple of victories. But I do like Cam. He's looked surprisingly good. But I'm going to go with the Raiders in a low-scoring game, like 20-13.
So you are drinking the Raiders Kool-Aid.
Yeah, it doesn't taste very good. It's not, I don't know that it's like playoff Kool-Aid, but I'm drinking week 3 Kool-Aid. Sure.
I respect it, man. Vegas impressed me against New Orleans. Derek Carr, your boy, Rueter, he looked phenomenal. He literally carved that New Orleans defense apart. Darren Waller, he's awesome. Josh Jacobs, I am a fan, officially become a fan of his. He's a very good running back. I think he's a top 5 back in this league. However, with all that being said, New England don't lose in New England. It's really that simple to me. I was looking at a stat earlier since 2000, 20 years, for the past 20 years, they lost 9 games in New England. That shit is ridiculous. I'm going to roll with New England. I like what I've seen from Cam. He looked awesome in that Sunday night showdown against Russell Wilson. And Killer Cam is back, man. The arm looks live. It's exploding out of his hand. He can run the ball. And then that defense is still pretty solid. I think it's going to be a ball control type of offense for New England in this game. I think they're going to grind out the clock. They're going to run the ball because that Raiders defense is not good. Like, that defense is not very good. And I think it's going to be a score of 20-10. So I do like the under in this game. I think I am going to bet the under. And I think New England kind of grinds this one out in a score of 20-10 and pull this a victory off there. So, yeah, man. Moving on. Next game on the slate here, we got the Chicago Bears versus the Atlanta Falcons. Chicago's 2-0, surprisingly. Atlanta is 0-2. And right now, the line stands at Atlanta are the favorites, -3.5. Over-under is 47.5. Rueter, I'm coming to you on this one, man. Who are you rolling with in this game and why?
I would have to say I'd have to roll with Atlanta here. I think both of these teams are not performing the way I thought they would be so far this year. I would have liked Atlanta to at least have one win by now, but they had the misfortune of running into a couple of games that one where they were blown up defensively, and a second one where they let it slip away at the last second on maybe the slowest onside kick in the history of football, which was still just shocking to me.
Terrible.
The way
that was terrible.
Dallas beat them. And what I will say about that game is that they were not beaten by Dallas. They beat themselves in that game without question. That's a game that Atlanta should have won. And I'm not even a big Dallas hater like everybody else. I still think Dallas is a playoff team and Atlanta had them beat. That being said, we were also, one big time Mitch Trubisky fourth quarter comeback away from the Bears not being at 2-0. So I don't think that the Falcons are favored by enough here. I think it may be a high-scoring game just because there may be some garbage time scores by the Bears. So I'm looking at something like 37-26 or something like that. There's going to be some ugly points, a missed two-point conversion at the end by the Bears, something goofy, but it won't even be as close as a score. And I've got the Falcons taking this one.
All right, beautiful. Tim, what'd you think of my dude?
I'm agreeing with Ed on this. I think Atlanta, Matt Ryan is just slinging the rock everywhere. And I still don't believe Chicago is a contender. 2-0, it's a smokescreen to me. I'm banging the over on this. I just think Atlanta can score at will. I have it 31-24 is kind of where I'm sitting. And I think it's the same way as Ed said. It's just not as close as the score looks. And Chicago just picks up those yards and a couple points at the end.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with y'all as well. I think Atlanta should win this game. Chicago. So right now, Atlanta has the number 2 passing offense in the league, and that's right behind the Buffalo Bills. Who would have thought that? And Matt Ryan, he's looked good so far. I think he has about 6 or 7 passing touchdowns so far this season. And Chicago is ranked number 20th so far in pass defense, although they have only given up 1 passing touchdown this far. So that's kind of interesting there. I still think Atlanta is going to score a lot of points. I compare them literally to like the Houston Rockets of the NFL. It's just all offense and 0 defense. And I think Trubisky can possibly put up some points against this Atlanta team as well. So I think I'm going to hit the over on this one as well. And I got Atlanta winning by a score of 34-27. And yeah, as simple as that, man. Atlanta Falcons finally get their first W, and yeah, I think that Chicago's flawed. Like they're fake. Trubisky sucks. I'd never bet with Trubisky. I'm not going for that one. So yeah, give me Atlanta and give me the over on that game myself. All right, moving on. Next game on the slate here, we have the Houston Texans. 0-2 Houston Texans are going against the 2-0 Pittsburgh Steelers. Right now, Pittsburgh is favored in this game, -4. Over under for this game is 45. Gentlemen, if you don't mind, I'd like to go first on this one.
Go for it.
All right. So I'm picking. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts and watching a lot of different talk shows and whatnot. And everybody keeps picking Houston from the pure, it's desperation and they can't go 1-3. And I'm just kind of thinking to myself, like, okay, I can do that, but I'm going to look at the actual teams and how they play. And Houston isn't really good. Like, Deshaun Watson, he's awesome. I love him to death. Great quarterback. That offensive line is still shitty. He holds onto the ball a little bit too long, and this Pittsburgh's front seven is not the front seven you need to do that against. I think they're going to have a